Thank you very much, Sam and Carolina. A wonderful job and a tremendous job they've done over the last 6 months in Australia and New Zealand, especially publicly launching our security roadmaps in those markets. Well, it gives me great pleasure to wrap up this year's Asia-Pacific Security Summit. I have, as per tradition, a couple of my favorite quotes from the week, from the last couple of days. And I just wanted to share some thoughts based on those quotes with you. First, though, I wanted to say how interesting was it this morning that Mr. Tan from the Monetary Authority of Singapore opened his keynote presentation with an observation about food. After yesterday, we heard Brenda Hong open the first day of the summit talking about her favorite topic, also food. Something here obviously very important to Singaporeans. So wonderful to see that consistency, and I know everyone has had such a good time, and I'm currently standing between you and food. So I'm going to keep this nice and short. But just a couple of things really quickly. First of all, yesterday, very consistent messages from Ellen Ritchie and from Chris Clark at the opening, setting the scene for the agenda for the 2 days, setting the scene and most importantly, reminding us of the importance of trust. You heard that again and again and again over the course of the days, the importance of protecting consumer trust in electronic payments and the important responsibility we all have and the privilege we all have to focus continually on maintaining the trust in electronic payments and the importance of that as we think about the future. Secondly, one of my favorite quotes of the day was from Penny Lane, where she said, "Hackers don't wear hoodies." And I love going to cybersecurity conferences and risk management conferences, and there's consistently this photo of this individual teenager with typically his hoodie. But we all know that our adversaries are not wearing hoodies sitting in their parents' basement. They are highly organized, they are highly sophisticated, and I think just as importantly, they are incredibly persistent. So we need to be just as organized, just as sophisticated, and just as committed over the long run. Which brings me to my third favorite quote of the couple of days, and that was from Sunil Seshadri, and he called cybersecurity the ultimate team sport, which speaks to our commitment to, yes, champion security in the industry, yes, play a leadership role, but always remember that collaboration amongst all the participants in the industry is essential. Nobody can do this alone. And a bad day for any one of us is a bad day for all of us when it comes to security and risk management. From this morning, Mr. Tan, he said something very interesting, I thought. He said, a smart city has to be a safe city. And I thought, as he said that, I said, well, this brings to mind our core principle of responsible innovation and security by design. So as we think about these wonderful use cases, these wonderful experiences, our incredible motivation to deliver amazing convenience to cardholders in the payment space, how do we also make sure that we have innovation delivered in a responsible way, that we are thinking about security from the very beginning, that it is thought from the very beginning, not a bolt-on at the end. So I'd encourage you to keep that front of mind as you go back to your own organizations as well. Responsible innovation. And then lastly, Jeffrey Gui from Changi. We took a little bit of a risk bringing something completely outside the payment space in here, but we thought he made some incredibly important points. But one thing he said was, self-service is not no service. Okay? Self-service does not mean no service. So there always has to be a way to make sure the people element is brought into mind as well as we think about these wonderful innovations coming into our industry. And I also thought at the same time, we must also remember the people element when it comes to weaknesses in our industry as well. Many times, it's the people element in our organizations that let us down. So it behoves us then to continue to raise the bar on our own people capacity, their ability to understand the threat landscape, to understand the policies, techniques, and processes that will, over time, protect us all and continue to raise the bar. We will always have a weak link somewhere, but we need to continue to raise the bar on that. So just some observations, just some thoughts as I thought about the last couple of days. I hope that resonates with you. With that, I just wanted to wrap up with a couple of statements. First of all, a couple of special thank yous. Thank you to the hotel staff and to our event partner, Circus Maximus. It's been an excellent event overall. It's been 3 almost full days of activities and lots of planning leading up to it. So please, a round of applause for the event organizers. I want to say a special thank you to my Visa colleagues from all across the region, and especially those who have traveled many time zones and many jet-lagged hours to get here. We really appreciate your contributions. It truly is an amazing privilege to host you, and we look forward to continuing to do that for a long time to come. So please, for my Visa colleagues. And of course, our exhibiting partners. None of this is possible without our close relationships with our exhibitors, with the partners that have worked very hard to come here, set up, and present their products and services. And again, I encourage you, if you haven't had an opportunity, please do pass by and pay them that respect. And lastly, a thank you to you, our clients and our partners across the industry. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your attendance here. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your collaboration. And I want to say the invitation is always open. Please engage with your local risk councils in the markets from where you come. Please engage with your local Visa risk staff members or your Visa representatives, whoever they may be. And lastly, we'll say goodbye to Singapore this year, and I want to put a flag in the ground and say next year we look forward to welcoming you in China. So with that, I'd like to bring the event to a close. Thank you very, very much.